Welcome back to Come to a Bakery with me. It is pretty windy. Today I'm at Goûter Pâtisserie. I'm going to meet the owner, Bianca and Ronnie, and they're going to tell me all about their amazing shops. Let's go. Hi guys.
Hi.
How are you, Bianca?
Good.
Ça va?
La forme, tu vas bien?
Pas trop mal. Bon alors, petite boulangerie, on va visiter aujourd'hui. Let's go for a bakery visit.
Amazing.
Let's go.
With 3 locations in North York, Eglinton West, and Etobicoke, Goûter is probably one of the busiest pastry we have in Toronto, making north of 600,000 croissants every year. But you also find other goodies, which we'll see in a minute. They also have plenty of savory items that you can find in the fridge or in the freezer. And of course, today's Easter, so you can find plenty chocolate bunnies for your kids and family.
Okay, so first we're gonna ask the question that coming from me, and then we'll try a few pastries, and then of course the question from all of you. So my first question would be more so for Rodney.
Okay.
So tell us about your background as a baker. Where did you study and learn your craft?
So I'm lucky enough to be born in Toronto, raised and trained in France, near Paris, where I went to the BTS, which is pretty much a licence. And then I came back to work in my father's bakery in Toronto, which I've been now doing for about 20 years as a baker, 27 in the industry. So yeah.
It's pretty legit. So the second question, I'm gonna ask Bianca. So how long have you been in Canada, and what sparked the move to open bakeries in Toronto? And very important question, are you looking to expand? You have 2 boutiques, what's next?
So I've been here since 2019. Currently we have 3 boutiques actually. Are we looking to expand? Maybe like not tomorrow. I'm growing so much white hair, but definitely Goûter is gonna expand in the future. Just not in the super near future.
Okay. Well, stay tuned. So the next question is also going to be for Bianca, and then you can join in as well. We know that croissant have been through so many evolution as of late, from the cronuts, the New York rolls, the croquis, which was very good by the way, the cubes, and other flat croissant, which you know how I feel about that, as well as the giant one. So do you follow the trend to stay the course, or that you're just happy to try new things and kind of like see like what's trending?
I think it's both. On one side, you see all of these things online, and you can't taste them. You can just see a video or a picture. So the only way in which we can actually taste them and attest for their sort of like taste and how good they are is if we make them in house, or if we travel to wherever it was born. We currently don't have the funds to go to France to try one croquis, so we decided to just make it in house, for example. On the other half, it's like, we're in Toronto, we're far away. A lot of other people probably want to try these items, and they also don't have the funds to go to Paris as much as we do. So making it for fun for ourselves to try, and then if we do like it, making it available for everyone else, I think is sort of like the course of it.
Keyword, if we like it.
Yes.
That's true, that's true. And the last question, which we know by now, the most important question of everything, would you say pain au chocolat or chocolatine?
So I'm Parisian, so it's obviously pain au chocolat.
And you don't have to say
Chocolatine
like,
should be banned.
that's, you know, so if you're in the southwest of France.
Bye!
So now comes the best part of the show. It's when I'm going to try some amazing pastries. So what would you say when somebody comes to Goûter, the 3 pastries that they should go for, whether it's the first time or they are regulars?
For sure. So I would say I always recommend taking a butter croissant for benchmarking, the same way in which when you go eat pizza, you benchmark on a margarita, same thing. That really speaks for the quality of the croissants. So that almost set it aside as just benchmarking. And then pain au chocolat, because of course. And then 2 of our best sellers, so our Queen-Amande and our raspberry croissant.
Well, I'm very excited to try, so let's try them.
So we are going to purchase our pastries and try them, starting with the croissant. Going for $3.75, it was definitely flaky, and look at the honeycomb structure, absolutely perfect, with nice taste of butter, a good way to start our degustation. Next up, we have the pain au chocolat, retailing at $4.50. It is for sure one of my forever pastry, as you know. Look at that beautiful honeycomb, and we have some really large pieces of chocolate, which I'm not gonna complain for. Nice and flaky with a rich butter and chocolate. I really enjoyed it. Then we're gonna move on to the raspberry croissant, and you know what? I'm not a big fan of stuffed croissant, but this one was a bit different. Retailing for $6, it was the perfect balance of sweet and acidity with a great crunch and once again a beautiful honeycomb. I will say I will definitely buy this one again. And finally, the kouign-amann, specialty from Brittany, where my father is from, retailing at $6 is always a favorite of mine. It was definitely very good, crunchy, full of butter, and everything you want from a kouign-amann. This one was so good. I definitely had a few more bites after I closed the video.
All right, so now we're gonna do the question coming from you all. So the first one I will ask you is from John Paul Greco. What should home bakers not compromise on, given that we can always afford the best ingredients?
The main thing for croissant, I would say, is butter. That's the essential flavor and texture of the croissant. So always use the best quality in croissant in butter. St. Bridget's or Président are readily available and probably the best at the moment. There are many options out there, but it's very difficult to find the most amazing butters. So I would go with St. Bridget's and Président in Toronto.
So our next question comes from famous chocolatier Daniel Stobe.
A friend, by the way.
It's okay. Rodney and Bianca, how many hours a week do you work?
Okay, well, I would split the answer in like how many hours do we work at the store and how many hours do we work across the board. I would say we definitely do our 8 to 10 hour days physically in the store. Besides that, I think this never stops. It could be anywhere. You could be showering, you could be in bed just before sleeping, you could be cooking, and you're always thinking of something that you forgot to do or you could do better or that needs your attention or that could be reworked. So I would say truly being a business owner is a 24/7. Very rarely, there's never like nothing, sorry, in the back of your head that has nothing to do with the store. So I would say pretty much any waking moment. Definitely there's sort of some background work. And sometimes I dream of the store too, so
literally
yeah.
all the time. So the last question comes from Passion Flower, and you can both give me your answer. So what is your favorite pastry that you're making, considering technique, flavor, and complexity? I guess we'll start with Bianca.
For me, my go-to, considering that I have everything available every day if I wanted to, I would say 9 out of 10, I will pick up pain au chocolat. Like hands down, especially if it's just out of the oven, the chocolate is nice and melty. Yeah.
That would be my answer too.
So pastry, I'm gonna go towards ice cream. I love making ice cream because you have to balance the sugars, the flavors, and everything else. And it's really a rewarding product. And I'm a big ice cream fan.
I love ice cream too. You know what? How about like ice cream and pain au chocolat together?
I think that works. Let's make it in a crookie, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe we're onto something. Well, thank you so much for having me today. It was really fun to hang out with you. So if you guys want to come to Goûter, one of the 3 locations, and have pain au chocolat and ice cream. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the team at Goûter for hosting me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments which bakery or pastry shop I should be visiting next.